Welcome back to Photoshop CC 2021 Classroom Book Chapter 7 about typographic design. And the last one we did our type with on a path. So now we're going to go ahead and play with this trend issue over here on the side. So let's go back into Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and close that path. And now let's go ahead and select our Move tool. And from our Move tool, we're going to go ahead and double click on this sticky note here in the corner. So it's a little yellow sticky note. And this giving us some text that's already put together. So let's go ahead and before we use that, let's go ahead and grab our Move tool. Let's do a view. Let's do a fit screen on window. Let's add a few more guides. So let's go ahead and add another guide from the vertical. It's about 1/4 inch from the right side. So we're going to click and hold and drag over to about 1/4 inch from the edge here. All right, and now we want to go ahead and grab one about 2 inches down on the cover. This will make it a little bit easier for us to put our type in. So the next thing we're going to do is let's do Control S and save what we've got. So let's go ahead and we can see all the text that we're going to be putting in here. So let's go ahead and select all the text. So you can do a Control A and select all. So it's going to copy it. I'm actually going to make sure, undo. Sure, I just get that and above. Okay, so I'm going to copy. So Control C to copy. And then I'm going to go ahead and come down to my model layer. And we're going to go ahead and hit that select that horizontal type tool. And we're going to go ahead and put in a box. So we're going to press shift as we click where the intersects. And we're going to come down until we create a 4 by 8 inch box. So we're going to hold here and start to collect and make a box. Actually, we're not going to hold shift. Don't hold shift. All right, so we want about a 4 by 8. Okay. That's about 4 by. There we go, 4 by 8. Getting there. They're so close. Okay. So now we have a box that puts some dummy text in for us. So we're going to go ahead and play with that. Let's go ahead and do a Control V to paste in the text that we already have. Now let's go ahead from the first 3 lines of the trend issue. We're going to go ahead and stylize those. We can close our note. We don't need that anymore. And from the trend issue, let's go ahead and change Myriad Pro. We want to go ahead and make it regular instead of bold. Let's go ahead and make it 70 points. I'm going to hit Tab on my leading, which is the next one over. I'm going to go ahead and say 55 points. I hit Tab. Now for my tracking, I'm going to put 50 and Tab. It's going to bring those together a little bit more, and I want my color to be white. So we're still where we want to be. We want to be on paragraph. We are right aligned. So that is perfect. And on the word trend, so let's just select that word trend and make it bold. Let's go back to character and make it bold. And let's go ahead and we're going to make it green as well while we're at it. So let's go ahead and grab trend. Instead of color being white, let's go ahead and make it, you can make it a green, or you can do a sample of a green. I'm going to sample a green from up here and say OK. All right, so now we're going to select the rest of the text that we've got from what's hot down to 3G. All right, so we want Myriad Pro again. We're going to make it regular. Let's go ahead and make it 22 points. And a tab. Our leading is going to be 28. Remember, leading is the space between your lines. Let's go ahead and make the tracking 0. So we want to make sure it's just a regular. And we want to deselect all caps. So we can have caps lowercase. And that's not bad. So let's go ahead and make a few more changes on what's hot. Select what's hot. Let's make it bold and a little bit bigger. So you can see just these little tiny changes can make a really big difference. We can make it 30. 30 might be a little too big, so let's go make it 28 and a tab. And let's go ahead and do the same thing for what's not. So we made it bold. And we made it 28 points. Of course, this is something you would do if you're in InDesign, you're going to use your styles for this, but we're not worried to any about that. And let's go ahead and commit all of our changes. And Control S and save what we've got so far. So now we need to add that volume issue right up here. So let's go ahead and on our type menu here, let's go ahead and add our rounded rectangle. So under our rectangle tool here, we should have one that says rounded rectangle. Nope, it's not there. This is fun. Okay, let's go ahead and push pause.